So today I wanted to talk about a possibility of there being a Naruto time skip. This time I kind of want to give my take on what I would want out of a Naruto time skip if it happened thus far. From where we're at now, what would be taken and put into this new series. Now, a lot has happened, and I think at this point the root of the problem of all of Naruto has kind of already, for the most part, been plucked, pun intended. So, like, as far as continuing the journey of Naruto, I think if a time skip were to go down, ideally I would like for it to be long, but not too long. I would like for it to go on a while. I don't want just, like, a couple chapters, then being older, and then it ending. I would like for it to be at least Naruto's in somewhat of his 20s, late 20s maybe, and his son is around already at this particular point. I'll leave it to you guys to pick who will the mother of his child be. No Sasuke votes, please. And I think if any battles were to happen regarding Naruto and Naruto being a focal point of this time skip, I would definitely like for it to be early on. Maybe we could have the final clash between Naruto and Sasuke happen early on, and then the story can mostly focus on Naruto's child, because first of all, I'd find that being a little bit unique, because the beginning of it ending off Naruto's journey and kind of focusing more on his kids, and just like seeing a new story unfold as the old one ends. Because how sick would it be if a Naruto time skip went down, the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke happens in the beginning of that time skip, and possibly both of them die as Naruto predicted. Because we still don't even know till this point what the fuck Sasuke is really up to at this point, because it's like, one minute he seems alright, next minute he seems bad, next minute, so at this point, who knows if their fight will be to the death or not. At this particular point, when Naruto and Sasuke fight, ideally I would like also for it to be that Naruto was a Hokage, with Shikamaru being his advisor, as he said he would like to be. And with the Hokage Naruto dying, again, fighting Sasuke, his son will have to take up the mantle and try to, eventually either become Hokage someday. Maybe that won't be his goal, because it always would be good to, the irony of it, maybe he won't want to be Hokage, maybe he'll be naturally strong, but not really have that same will and passion that his father had. But yet in the back of his mind, he'll always want to live up to his father's standards, and maybe one day become Hokage. Maybe it won't be his goal at all. Maybe at one given point when the series progresses, his son will eventually have to become Hokage, because the leaf will need him. And what if that fight between Naruto and Sasuke, right? They both supposedly die, but actually Sasuke survives. But it's not all that long. It's not like 100 years past, again, this is his son's generation, and his son is a bit older at this point. I would like for his son to ideally be 15, 16 at some given point, after Naruto dies. We get a little bit more of a time skip to his son being older. And what if after all of his son's troubles, after his son gets stronger, maybe his son has Byakugan or super strength, or whatever the case may be, inherited from his mother, then we could possibly have that Naruto's son eventually tries to go after Sasuke because he somehow survives the fight between him and Naruto. Imagine seeing an older, fucked up Sasuke, maybe one arm because Naruto done took that arm, all fucked up, trying to fight up against Naruto's son. It would kind of go along the lines of the way Kishimoto has done it anyway, where kind of similar events keep on passing down. This would be kind of a similar event of Madara surviving, but only this time it would be Naruto's son trying to take revenge. And there's just so many possibilities he could do, because at the end of the day, it's a Shinobi world. There will always be some sort of threat or evil out there. It will never be completely cleansed where everyone will be in peace. But maybe now, since Jiraiya is not around anymore, and Jiraiya tried to pass down that message, maybe Naruto brought most of the peace to the world, and maybe he'll leave it to his son to do the rest. Because for me, ideally, I would want a Naruto time skip to tie all the loose ends, but at the same time, I would like for it, if it's going to be at least a long-running show and, continue on going, a long-running manga, I would like for it to focus on a new main character, maybe put Naruto already, like, he's already grown to the point, maybe he's Hokage for a while we're still seeing the story of his son or his child, and we see the adventures of the new person, and maybe some new people in the league. Maybe we see an adult Konohamaru at some given point. Maybe at some given point we also see the re-emergence of the Uchiha. Maybe Sasuke at some given point during this time skip meets a girl and has some kids, and comes out with some half Uchiha, half something else. I think that just for a Naruto time skip, there's so many possibilities to continue the story, use a lot of the elements, maybe have some of the characters we know and love be like the senpais now, and be like, Shikamaru be the Asuma, but at the same time, he'll also be the Hokage's assistant. And I guess at this particular point, if Naruto was to die, the next on the list of Hokage would definitely be Konohamaru. So it'd kind of be like, after Naruto dies, Konohamaru takes office, then he's kind of guiding Naruto's son, and since he was real close, it would make a lot of good storytelling, to be honest with you. Put Naruto's kid on a lot of these missions, and then eventually build up to the point where he has to go fight Sasuke at some given point and find him out. And at this point, I think it would be better because, Sasuke will be like tremendously OP at this point. You gotta weaken him. Maybe he lost an arm. Maybe he's not as strong as he used to be because Naruto really just did him in their final battle. But overall, that's really what I want from a Naruto time skip. I want it to be like, it ties all the loose ends. Maybe Naruto dies at some given point, making Konohamaru the new Hokage. Naruto's son or daughter has to go on this journey and eventually find out what it's like to be a true shinobi and try to live up to the legacy of their father. And maybe have Sasuke in the series kind of being like the new Madara, where he's kind of like still alive and Naruto's son or daughter has to seek revenge. I think it would be a very interesting thing, and just seeing more of the Naruto universe in this way would be an exciting and new journey. But what do you guys think? If there were to be a Naruto time skip, how would you want it to be? Would you want it to continue the path of Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke and all of them? Or would you want it to kind of tie that up and then go on like a new journey with maybe their offsprings? And also, what do you think about my take on how I'd want a Naruto time skip to be? Do you think that it'd be cool to have, like, you know, Sasuke survive the final fight with Naruto and his son is seeking revenge on Sasuke? Let me know in the comment section below your overall thoughts of what you would want to see out of a Naruto time skip, because I think it could work at this point. I think it could work if he kind of just like removed a lot of what we've seen already, you know, just kind of we're already past that point and make a new. But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you would like to see a Naruto time skip, whether it be a short one, a long one, you know, medium-sized one, and just, you know, if you'd like to see one in general. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.